Doing some weaving today with the tomatoes. Doing some Florida weaving. I'm using this cotton butcher string. I get this from Haas Tools, or I got this from Haas Tools. First year using this version. I like this for several reasons. One, I like being able to hold it in my hand and weave it. So to tie off the starting end instead of having to kind of figure out the length that I want and do it in a weird fashion. It just makes most sense for me. Some people don't like to do it the way I do it. Doesn't matter. You do your own. But some things about this that I also like is this is biodegradable. It's cotton, so if it gets in here, it gets snipped or it gets stolen by the dogs or the kid or whatever, I don't have to worry about it being in the yard and getting wrapped around something and killing something off. It's just, it'll be in the ground. And the same thing at the end of the season. I can, when I go to take the tomatoes out, take the plants out and remove them, I can just literally chop and drop. And then just pick everything up and then take it to the pile, and I don't have to worry about pulling all the string out. I had to do that last year. It wasn't the end of the world, but using this, one thing I do want to note for some people is you do want to make sure that you've got something to cut it with. I just use a little pocket knife, but don't open the package. You just want to punch the middle of it, okay, right here in the middle. I don't know if you can see it because of the sun's glare, but make a hole there. You're going to fish that beginning part of the string out of there, and it makes it a lot easier than trying to hold the whole thing as it disintegrates in your hand. It stays in a ball package all the way to the end. The last, I don't know, 6 feet or so, you might get a little bit of a bundle that comes out at the same time, but highly recommend it. So with the Florida weave, the whole point is to weave, right? So you want to go in between the plants. Well, these plants are all both leaned over, so this first stretch, I just came to this side of this one. So I'm probably going to come back on this and just do this set right here, because these plants really need a lot of support and I don't want to weaken it by going all the way down or all the other way. And normally you wouldn't have to do this, but I'm late and I didn't get these, and all these tomato plants are at different spots in their growth because of the way they got started, and because of variety, and some of them grow faster or slower. So what I'm going to do now that I just undid what I just did, is you'll see I can make this plant stand up pretty straight. Just checking that I'm not ripping anything down here by making that super tight. Go around this a few times. And then I'm going to come back and do the same thing for this plant. What I'm not doing is wrapping anything around the plant itself, because I don't want to. It makes sense in your mind, oh, we'll just wrap around the stem of the plant and then go to the next one, because if you have one plant that grows and gets real heavy and pulls to one side, if you're not paying attention or you miss a day or two in the garden, you're going to end up having a bunch of tomatoes that are all leaned over, because it just pulls the whole set with them. Because this is strong, but it's not like meant to like hold them up. Like if you were to stake a tomato, then yeah, go for it. But that's not what this is for. Just trying to get this guy up off the ground a little bit. You can see he's kind of sorted to the center now, right? So I'm just going to wrap this a couple times to make sure it doesn't slide down and change. Okay. And then and then you'll want to cut this off here, the string. You can cut the string off here, tie it off, and then you can do the next level. Okay, or like what I'm about to do is I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to wrap a couple times if you've got the string, and I think this will work. And I'm just going to weave it again right here, you know, another 3 to 4 inches higher, coming in here. Gonna weave to the back side of this plant. Oops, on the wrong side of these guys again. So there, and then here. Looks about level to me. Get it to the tightness you think you want. Give it a couple wraps, and then go back the other way. it's getting warm already. So there's an example of the weave for these guys. Is it perfect? No, I've probably got this guy pinched a little too tight. But the thing about tomato plants is they are fairly resilient. And a lot of times you're going to want to take some of these lower limbs off anyway, especially if you want them to grow more vertically, because you can get a bush if you wanted a bush. And that's what I kind of had last year, even though I did the weave, but I didn't do it well, and then we went on vacation and all went to heck. But you don't want to get these so tight that they're actually going to end up crossing over. You want a pretty substantial. If you find that you're getting some crossing over happening, like you feel like it could pinch this whole thing off, you can come back and rearrange some of the leaves a little bit so you get more of a spread. But I think this is going to be good. So I just wanted to show you right here what the weave looks like. This is pretty even. You can see they cross in between the plants here. You got the X happening, and the X happens on the outsides of it as well. Normally you wouldn't have to do every 2 plants. That's just the way I have it here. I like to go maybe 3 or 4 plants spacing, maybe more depending on the size of them, because they will help support themselves if you get them supported at the very beginning. An example of that is these guys over here. I'd already put the weave on these guys over here earlier. Let's see if I can get. So looking at these guys, they're supporting each other really well, and in fact this one down here on this end, I don't know if you can see that, it's grown into where the weave is here, which is not ideal. You want your plants to kind of be at the same height, so I'm dealing with a little bit of that. I really need to do another layer for this one, and I may end up doing another one. I'm just trying to see if we can get these guys to catch up just a little bit. They may or may not. If not, he might get a little floppy before I get back in here, because they really need another level. But if I do another level, you can see here, I'm down here in this corner, that it would be over the top of that, which isn't the end of the world, but you just lose the X, the support, because this cross should really be happening right here, and this guy should be right here, like so, and really that should be across to the end. So that's been fixed. We could come back in and do some more of that, but we'll see. But also, look at that corn. Look at that sweet corn. You see that? Got that sweet corn growing there. I can't wait. Cannot wait. But I'm just gonna go get another round of string, and I'm just gonna weave the rest of these up and try and get that knocked out today. Getting hot real quick, sweating. But got what I wanted to get weaved today, or woven, whatever. I do have another project that kind of popped up, is a garden gate that we built this year, and I was about to build out some warped wood and some scrap stuff, and it's definitely scrap. I'll show you real quick. It's kind of disintegrated over here. I don't know if you can see here. Yeah, I gotta get that fixed so we don't end up with any unwanted critters in the garden. I don't want anybody to find it and then always want to get in there. That's always the issue. If they find it once, they always want to come back and find it again. But I got a lot done in the garden this morning. I always have to remind myself, just because you're not seeing instant results, you know, that's probably been the hardest thing. One of the hardest things about growing a garden, woo, it's hot, is how you don't get instantaneous results. It's not the instant gratification. In instances like this, with doing the weaving, like, I always feel really good about that because I did get something done in the garden today and I can see the results from it. But like the other day, planting watermelon seeds, like, yeah, I got it done. I can see that I got it done, but nothing's growing, nothing's producing, and you just kind of wait and hoping that things work out. So that's kind of where I struggled for a while. And then every year I kind of have that. I had it this year. I was like, why am I doing a garden? Well, I'm doing a garden because I actually enjoy it. So thanks for watching today, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed the video.